Myth number 2. The symbols of Christmas have to do with Christ's birth. Most of us grew up looking at things like evergreen trees, mistletoe, holly, and reindeer as just things associated with everybody's favorite time of year, Christmas. And if asked what all of it's about, you might hear the popular answer, Jesus is the reason for the season. But how many of us have actually taken the time to really research what these symbols mean and how they became associated with this festive holiday? The truth is, these symbols of what is today called Christmas all have pagan roots that tie back to the celebrations of Saturnalia in honor of the pagan agricultural god Saturn, winter solstice, and Yule. To the pagans, the winter solstice is a time for spirits. That's why it's said that people have the Christmas spirit, and it truly is a spirit. Just watch people during this time of year, scurrying around, spreading Christmas cheer. There isn't anywhere you can go during this season where Christmas isn't forced upon you. There is Christmas music blaring in every store. Decorations are streamed up everywhere, even in the streets. And during this time of year, there's no need for street lights. There are homes who have enough Santas, reindeer, and snowmen aglow to light up the city, let alone the neighborhood. Cars are decorated with wreaths and lights. Your place of employment has decorations everywhere. People walk around with Santa hats, Christmas sweaters, and jewelry dangling from their necks and ears. Everyone is planning their holiday party. Even the schools dedicate hours, if not the entire day, to their winter party in honor of this Christmas spirit. But let us not get caught up in the hype. Christmas, though it has been sugar-coated and mixed in with so-called religion, is really the winter solstice in full ancient and still thriving pagan glory. Let's look closely at the symbols associated with this holiday season to uncover its pagan roots. You can't have Christmas without Santa. Santa is believed to have derived from the Greek Saint Nicholas, the Bishop of Myra in Turkey in the 4th century. It was said he was known for his generosity to the poor. Though said to be hated and tortured by the early Romans, he was a favorite of the Roman Emperor Constantine, who appointed him a delegate to the Council of Nicaea and made him the patron saint of children. He was later called Saint Nicholas, which became Sinterklaas, and finally Santa Claus. The modern-day image of Santa Claus was made popular by a poem entitled A Visit from Saint Nick, written by Clement C. Moore, which was later published as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. This modern look of a chubby man in a red suit got his start with this holiday poem, but it was a world-renowned soft drink company who glorified him on a global scale. And now the myth, or shall I say lie, that is being told to millions of children around the world is, if you're good, Santa will come flying through the air, led by his reindeer, come down the chimney, and leave presents under your tree. Why teach your children a lie? And what does Santa have to do with the birth of Christ? The Dutch kept the legend of St. Nicholas alive. In the 6th century in Holland, Dutch children would leave their wooden shoes by the fireplace in hopes that they would be filled with a treat and to appease the spirits. And that's where the modern-day Christmas stocking came about. The sleigh that Santa rides on also came to play from the Night Before Christmas poem. The legend also existed in Holland, where children also believed St. Nicholas would ride through the air, checking to see who was naughty or nice. And reindeer from the North Pole is what drove Santa around. The ever-popular Rudolph was added to the flock of reindeer in the late 1930s by Robert May's tune Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a staple of the entire Christmas myth. Have we figured out yet what any of this has to do with the Messiah? Let's look at mistletoe and holly. The Druids and the Celts of Germany used mistletoe to celebrate the winter solstice in hopes that luck they felt this mistletoe had would bring back the sun. They would gather up this evergreen plant and decorate their homes with it. They believed this plant had powers of fertility since it survived the entire winter. The Scandinavians also associated this plant with their fertility goddess of love, Frigga, the name they gave to the 6th day of the week, Friday. So in honor of this mythological goddess, many of you hang mistletoe over a doorway or over the head of some unsuspecting person and give them a kiss. In ancient times, holly was considered magical and sacred because of its shiny leaves and ability to bear fruit in the winter. It was believed to be so magical that if you hung holly over your bed, you would have good dreams. At one time, holly was connected to the mythical Holly King, patron king of the winter solstice. As the winter solstice festivals evolved, holly remained a part of holiday celebrations. And along with ivy and mistletoe, it remains a popular form of decorative Christmas greenery today.